Welcome everybody. This is the second episode of the Build You Up podcast, and our first actual guest from the local area, Mr. Shaun Massie. Nice to have you on the show, mate.
Thanks, Mike. Great to be here, and thanks for the invite.
The head honcho kingpin of the Kalimna Hotel.
Chief beer pourer.
Yes. Now, the Kalimna Hotel is one of my favourite institutions around here, my local pub, and I've done a lot of gigs here in various states, some sober, some not so sober. Shaun always pouring me whatever I want. So it's good to have Shaun finally on the show. Mate, tell me about you and like where it all started. Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in a few places when I was a kid, Mike. Grew up in Mornington to start off, down on the peninsula.
Yeah.
So I went to primary school down there with my family and my brother, my sister and my mum.
Yeah.
I was there until I was about 10 years of age.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Sydney for about 5 years. And I think that was a really good move for the family, but me personally, just getting me out of that environment down there, because Mornington was very, very different back in the 70s and 80s.
Where in Mornington?
Oh, you know what Main Street is? Not too far away in there.
Yeah.
So went to Mornington Primary.
Yeah.
But back then it was just a very small town, not much going on.
Yeah.
Whereas when we moved to Sydney, like opportunities just...
Is that in the 70s?
No, well, I was born in 73.
Yeah.
So I moved to Sydney, when, what is it? Well, it was 84, I think it was, we moved.
Yeah.
Then I stayed up there until halfway through year 10.
Yeah.
But that was great. It just exposed me to something different in those formative years.
Yeah.
It was good. Then came back to Melbourne. I finished off my schooling at Haileybury College.
Haileybury. Oh, yeah.
Great school. And once again, it's just like situations and opportunities present themselves. And, I was just grateful that my mum sent me there
Yeah.
for the last 2 years. That was fantastic. So that was the first part of my childhood and living in Melbourne.
What were your interests as a kid? What were you interested in?
Sport, just footy.
All sport?
Footy and cricket, footy and cricket all the time.
Yeah.
Always playing footy in winter and cricket in summer, always.
Yeah. Music at all?
Music was when I was...
When you started drinking?
No, that was young as well. Music was like more of, okay, I did it at school, like, when you had to learn the guitar and...
So you played instruments at school?
Just badly.
Yeah.
Badly. Yeah. That's why I wanted lessons again. But no, music to me as playing was never on the radar. I don't think I got it in terms of like reading music and things like that. So I just thought, okay, that's not for me.
Yeah. But sport was more...
Oh, sport. I just love sport. Yeah. Especially like I was rather, I love contact sport, physical sports, things like that. So
play footy and...
Yeah. And then when I moved to Sydney, I played rugby and rugby league.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I actually did pretty well. I got into, when I was a junior, into the North Sydney, which was a league side back then, into their junior squad.
Yeah.
So
great.
That was pretty cool.
Did you ever have dreams back then of playing sport, like going professional?
No, because I always was thinking of my career.
Yeah.
Particularly when after I started going to Haileybury, I was really focused on what I wanted to do then.
Yeah.
So that sport was fun to me. It wasn't like, that's a thing I think I can excel at and be a career.
I think a lot of people that start with a hobby or an interest in life when they're young, especially sport or music, it's very hard to realistically see it as a career. You've got to be a particular type of crazy, I think, because there's so many people doing it.
Yeah.
It's so competitive.
Yeah.
So few people ever make it in sport or music.
Yeah.
So it's a particular type of crazy, I think.
Yeah. And I also think, and music wasn't big in my family, so I didn't have that environment of music as well.
Yeah.
But, like music is amazing, which, I embrace now.
Yeah.
So a
yeah.
little bit late, but I'm embracing it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you do a great job of putting it on here, which is really, really good.
Thank you.
Really good for the local area, which I love. There's gigs and there's good gigs to see as well.
Yep.
So, back to your first, career interest.
Yep.
At what age did you sort of start thinking about career and what you want to do
it was really probably when I was 15, 16. So when I came back to Melbourne and went to Haileybury. So private schools and schools like Haileybury are very focused on trying to achieve things like that, which is good. And like the other activities they offer you as well is amazing. But that helped me focus. I wanted to be in more of a business environment, so banking and finance. And that's the route I chose. Went to university, did banking and finance at Monash, and then joined National Australia Bank back then. Then went into business banking, which was great because that just gave me the opportunity to see how businesses work. And it was one of my first management roles in business banking. I was in Carlton. So, and I looked after pretty much all the pubs and cafes in Carlton, North Melbourne area.
The lending?
Yeah, the lending to them, So I got to know what pubs were about and things, even though like I'm not practical side back then, it was seeing the financial side and the people as well. So, you know, that was fascinating back then. So I had the Carlton crew were involved in some of those things back at those which as well. But
Gatto and the boys.
Yeah, or what was his name? Alphonse
Gangitano.
Yeah. So
those Underworld guys. Did you ever lend their money?
No, we weren't. No, but they
they've asked
they
for
were
money?
around. But that was fun. I learned a lot in business banking back in those early starts of my career. Yeah.
What do you think it was that drove you to want to do that? Business banking and finance? Because I guess for those people that would never consider that sort of a career in financial services, it's a pretty dry and sort of...
I don't think so.
No, you don't, because you did it. But for most people out there that would never consider that. So I guess what was it that drove you, what interested you?
So I'll come back about to the dryness in a minute, because what I've been able to do in my career at a bank is like what I think pretty amazing, and and that was through opportunities of the bank. But what drove me was like I think it was earlier on, so back to school days with Haileybury, etc. But my mum, her partner, earlier on, he was a businessman. Right? So, and when I was young, I was fascinated with what a businessman is. Right? Who knows what a businessman is when you're young?
It is fascinating, isn't it? So, because when you're right. When you're young, you don't know what it is. And because they don't have this sort of conventional type job.
No.
You know, when someone would say, "Oh, my dad's a businessman," it's like, what is that? What exactly do they do? That's something that we talk about a lot on this podcast, entrepreneurship. It's something that I'm always interested in and love talking to other entrepreneurs. And I guess that the fascination with it starts a long time in life before you actually go and do it, because you don't know what it is.
You don't. It is mysterious. Like businessman, but that sparked an interest in me, which then led me through with finishing off school and then university. And then into my early parts of my career. Was that following that, and banking, to me, banking and finance was an avenue to it. And then in being in business banking and then like corporate banking, you see how businesses work and
how they run
and a variety of things. So then that's always been in my head. So
were you good at maths?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Going into
maths, legal, accounting,
to banking and finance.
Yep.
So NAB started there, and what happened after that? You were at the NAB for how long?
I had a couple of stints at NAB. So I was there, and I stayed. The first time I was there for about 9 years and did various business banking roles. And then I, myself and another business banker, we opened up one of the first Wizard home loans in Melbourne.
Wizard, yeah. I remember.
And that was in Carlton, so we did that. I was still pretty young, so when I did that, he was a reasonable amount of years older than me. So our focus and where we wanted to be is a little bit different. So after about 3 years, I pulled the pin because I was a bit impatient as to where it was going.
Right.
In hindsight, like, should I stay? But life is life, right? So I pulled the pin, sold my share to him. He's still going in that business, which is great for him. And then I did a more probably people won't know this one, but it's called debtor finance.
Yeah.
I did debtor finance for a while, which once again, you're learning businesses inside out.
Yeah.
Of how you fund them on, a balance sheet purpose instead of against assets.
Yeah.
And then I went back to NAB. An opportunity came back to NAB to go into a different part of the banking credit. So I was running the retail credit teams for a while. And then I through that job, I got another one and moved to Sydney, back to Sydney, which was good. And then about a year later, I got an opportunity to move to Japan with NAB.
Yeah, right.
So
whereabouts in Japan? Where?
In Tokyo.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. So people, that's why I want to bring the point back is you might see banking and finance or businesses dry, but it took me around the world. Right?
Yeah, but it's definitely essential. Like any entrepreneur out there or anyone with an entrepreneurial idea needs to learn the finance side of it.
Oh, yeah.
We're dealing with money, we're spending money and earning money.
Losing money.
Yeah. So it's good to know how much we're losing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And or making at times.
Yeah.
But more so losing. That 100% happens.
Yeah.
How was Japan?
Oh, it was
Was that where your love of Asahi first started?
I was actually...
We've had many nights in here where the Asahi's been flowing.
I was a Kirin person in Japan. Yeah. So, Tokyo, that part of my career, and that was just the best part of my career.
Right.
That in terms of the banking, just the fact it was so different. So at NAB in Japan, there was roughly 50 of us, and there was only 3 Aussies. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not. It's like you're the reverse. You're the minority. So you had to work. And I was the chief operating officer for the bank in Japan, so I had a reasonable amount of responsibility.
Yeah.
And you had to I learn a bit of language. I wasn't that great.
Yeah, how'd you go with the
Wasn't
language?
that great. I was okay conversationally.
Because they all speak pretty good English over there, don't they?
Yeah. They just, a lot of the Japanese don't like to because they don't want to make a mistake and, they want to save face with that. But English, they spoke reasonably well.
They're a lot better organised than us lazy fucking Aussies.
Yeah.
Us Aussies don't learn languages, whereas you go overseas. Like every time I've been to Europe, I've always been fascinated with people over there that speak like
multiple
4 or 5 different languages, and I feel like the biggest fucking dumbass because I only speak one.
Yeah, I know. So,
But how long? So how long were you over there?
Just 3 years. So that it was just Japan. If you haven't been to Japan, it's just an amazing.
I've always wanted to go there. I've never been to Japan. Amazing
country of being the most modern place, but then the cultural and the historical aspect to it as well.
Yeah.
It's just it blends together so well, and everything is quality is paramount. Anything that is not near perfect is not good enough, right? So if you ran a restaurant that
everything's got to be
has to be top,
spot on
because people just won't accept it.
Yeah.
Every part of life over there has to be perfect, and otherwise doesn't accept it. And
was that pretty inspiring?
Oh yeah,
for you to be around coming from Australia, where we're a lot more kind of she'll be all right, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing. Yeah, like catching the train, it was always on time. Always, right?
Yeah,
always on time. And that's even the Shinkansen, the bullet train.
Yeah.
Like something going 300 k's an hour is always on time. It's not. It's not out by minutes. It's hours. It's there just on time.
Efficient, isn't it?
It was brilliant, and so learning that, being immersed into the community. So we lived in a Japanese suburb. So I chose not to be in the expat area because I wanted to live in the
immerse in the local kind of culture, which was local people.
Yeah, pretty cool being with that. And then a lot happened over there. So when I was over there in the March of 2011, that's when we had the massive earthquake. So that was like just huge. So we were all, myself and my team were in the building and it happened. So we were stuck there overnight, and then the nuclear issue went off as well. So that was and once again, in like a leadership point of view, had to make sure all the team was safe, the families were safe, and then we started planning how to get people out of the country if something happened with the nuclear as well. So we were, the exit plan for staff and families to get out of Japan. That was pretty crazy time, very unnerving in a way, because like that earthquake. So a few days before it went off, I was we're on the 32nd floor of this brand new building in Tokyo, and we were planning our grand opening for the new office.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down with the events team and things like that, and then all of a sudden you get the earthquakes. So earthquakes happen all the time in Japan, right? But
it's a regular occurrence over there.
But when big ones happen, you know it.
Yeah.
And this one, the first one that went off on the Thursday, or was it Tuesday? Sorry, like it was a 7.4 or something, which is decent, right? And then the building started to sway around, and you're getting rumbling for a while, and and then no one really thought much about it.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, that's when the 9 hit, and that was just insane.
Yeah.
Like the shock wave that hit the building, it was swaying for ages. Because that's how they're designed. They're designed to sway.
To handle it.
Yeah, otherwise they just fall down.
Yeah.
And that was just insane to experience that. And then after that, for weeks and months, there was aftershocks every day.
Yeah.
And so everyone was like on edge.
Yeah.
With that, and plus the nuclear power plant issue as well, which was adding to everyone's anxiety.
Yeah.
But we had to stick around, and like importantly, so I could have gone if I wanted, didn't want to, because you've got to look after your team.
Yeah.
And that, and the Monday morning after the quake, the Japanese, the MSA, it's like the prudential regulator in Japan, they started ringing up all the foreign banks in Japan just to see if their expat staff were still there.
Yeah, right.
And luckily, we were another bank from Australia that their country head chose to leave, so which wasn't a good look for them. But but you learn a lot. That taught me a lot about leadership as well.
Yeah. Did you, when you started doing those leadership roles, did you feel really comfortable and natural in those? Did you feel like this was where I belong?
Yeah,
doing that sort of stuff.
I think so. I generally I like responsibility.
Yeah.
And I like to help people as well. So sometimes I might not seem that be a bit of a hard ass with things, but it's how you help people grow, and because sometimes people they want to be led as well. So you've got to help them get to where they need to go.
I think it's a hard thing to work out in your working life, what sort of, whether you want to be a leader or would prefer to be led. I think most people prefer to be led.
And that's both fine, right? It's not one's better than the other.
No, that's right. No one's better or worse. But I think being able to work out where you fit and where you feel comfortable in, because I guess most people like having that structure and being, told, okay, this is what we're going to. Whereas if you want to be a leader, there's a greater level of pressure there.
Yeah, 100%.
How did you handle pressure in those roles?
You constantly learning. And even now you're constant, because you're getting challenges all the time, and it's just how it's how you respond as opposed to how you react.
Yeah.
So if you react to challenges, you probably do the wrong thing. Whereas you respond, you've actually given time to think about it and then respond to it.
Yeah.
Which is a better way, because you're doing it with more of a clear head. So if you ever find yourself leading with emotion, it's probably going to turn to shit.
Yeah, I've experienced that a lot.
Yeah, and that's natural. That's just your emotions taking over, your amygdala doing its thing. But learning and like being in different environments, different countries, different cultures, that helps, because you've got to lead in different ways.
Sort of forced in a way when you're, especially in a foreign country. I've noticed that from the touring that I've done, especially in America when I first started going there 20 years ago, and it's a different world in so many ways. And you don't have the comforts of home. You can't just go home when shit gets too hard. You've got to think on your feet, and you're forced to react. And it's a great way to learn and adapt to what's going on. Yeah,
and some people thrive in that, and others don't want to, and that's that's just the way it is.
Each to their own.
Someone might want to be a specialist in something and do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Leadership has it's. I think leadership comes with a lot of responsibility. So.
Yeah, and that's the unsexy part of it, right? Because we have this sort of, especially with entrepreneurship, we have this idea of what it's about and the fun side of it, but the reality of it, most of it's really not fun.
Oh, most of
it sucks.
It's a thankless task, right? So everyone wants a bit of you, all right?
Yeah.
So, and that's okay. It's you need to, if that's your chosen path, that's what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
As well, but it's interesting. Yeah, but I would, not turn that around. I'd always love to have that responsibility and leadership.
If you didn't have that, would you be bored?
I would be frustrated.
Yeah.
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 Because I'm not somebody that can
Just follow.
I just feel a need to go out and do things.
Yeah.
Get things done, and and how about how I go and do that?
Do you think you were just born for that, or do you think that kind of became made as you got older?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
So as a youngster, I was very introverted.
Yeah.
To a degree, I still am now, but like in this environment, I've got to pull myself out of it.
Yeah.
So as an introvert, it's often hard to be a leader. But then, and that's why I think when I was a kid, going to Sydney as a youngster and then coming back to Melbourne, then all the different things I've done in my career has actually helped me break out of those molds. Because particularly in the senior roles that I had in the bank, you're constantly having to, do presentations, public speaking.
Was there a lot of people facing?
Oh yeah. I had
in that role.
Yeah, when I came back from Japan, I was running the business operations teams, and I had about 1,000 people.
Yeah, wow.
So in Australia and India.
Yeah.
Right. So then you've got to you're the face of those teams, and you've got to be in front of those teams all the time.
When you have 1,000 people underneath you that you're responsible for, can you get to know all of them
pretty well
in some way?
Yeah.
Shape or form?
But once again, that's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Right. So and simple examples of that. If you're working in a business, right, if you come in, you go and say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas some people come in the door, whatever it is, and just go and do their job.
Yeah.
Right. But if you go and say hello to somebody, okay, Mike's taken time out to see me, and that resonates.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and then, okay, you extrapolate that to much bigger teams. So, like in India, I went over there probably a few times a year. So, very hard to know, and there was a lot of change. But the core group of people that you were dealing with, you would be constantly engaging with them from back in Australia on video calls, all that. So, you're keeping in touch with them.
Yeah.
And then when you go to locations like that, you do like what they call town hall meetings. So, you get to speak to them. They see you as well. So, you're not just this name on an email.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely in like smaller environments like the pub or whatever it might be, the cafes, restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
Your staff are there to help you.
Yeah.
So give them the respect and treat them as people, right? Go and say hello.
Yeah.
Say
so
goodbye.
Little things that matter.
It is the little things.
Yeah.
It's a little thing. It's not how much money they get paid each week, right? You can get a job anywhere and get paid, but it's okay, what experience did I have? And is my boss, manager, leader looking after me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Jody and I, so Jody's the real boss. I just pour beer. But, we take it very seriously that we employ quite a few people.
Yeah.
And we're in a small country town. That's their livelihood, okay?
Yeah.
We take that very seriously.
Yeah.
As we understand that, okay, if they didn't have the job, whatever, and they wouldn't have much because where do you go to in Lakes Entrance for another job?
That's true. Yeah.
So, but on top of that, it's okay. How do you then help them with other things? Like if they doing a certain job, can you expose them to different parts of the business to learn as well? So you build them up. Then if they do leave or things change, they've got opportunities and they've got skills to do that.
Yeah.
And I sometimes I think that people see their employees as just employees, whereas they're not. They're part of your extended family.
They're family, really. And I think the best entrepreneurs out there really understand that and embrace that.
Yeah.
These are real people. They're humans. They're not just a number.
No. Just get a computer if you want that. So
yeah. So how long, going back to your corporate career, how long were you doing that stuff all up?
So from when I was, I left uni at 20. How old am I now, Mike? I'm still doing 85. It. So I've got my other business. I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
So I've got I run a pub and then I've got my other business.
Yeah, you do lots of stuff.
But I was in the bank until I left in 2015.
Yeah.
So I left 11 years ago from the bank and then I started up my mortgage broker business.
Yeah.
So what I've always been intrigued about with you is because I've been like playing in pubs my whole life and you meet all sorts of people that run pubs. I haven't often met people that have had that high level kind of senior corporate finance banking career, gone from that to running a pub. That's always been
it's nuts.
in.
Why'd you do it?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. So what kind of I'm intrigued by that transition to go from that highly structured corporate kind of environment to running a pub, dealing with misfit musicians like me.
Okay, well, you know a bit of the backstory. So it wasn't a direct transition from corporate to that. So as I said, I've been running my mortgage broking business since 2015, and I still do that. On top of being here, so that running my own business, once you have a bit more a lot more flexibility than when you are at a corporate environment.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
And a lot more freedom to do things that you want to do and how you want to run your business and things like that.
Yeah.
And likewise, you're learning how to be responsible for yourself because the paycheck's not coming from someone else; it's coming from you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's an important thing that I think people who don't run businesses don't necessarily comprehend the pressure that you have every day to make sure money's coming in to pay your staff, but pay if you can pay yourself, and then that over that last 10 odd years doing that was very helping me in a way get ready for this.
Was that a difficult transition just with the salary side of things? Going from, because I think a lot of people struggle with that if they're used to being an employee, getting a fixed salary, going from that to this world of the unknown where every week is different and you don't know how much you're going to get paid. Some weeks you're going to make money, some weeks you're going to lose money. It's like you're used to it now. I'm used to it. I've been doing it my whole life. But it's a terrifying proposition, I think, for most people out there if they're used to having that level of security as far as their income is concerned, and then all of a sudden, there's no guaranteed paycheck anymore, and it's it's scary, right?
But that's what either you embrace or you don't, and then you stay stuck to the employer, and the employers know that in a way because they know the very small percentage of people will take that plunge and go out. All right? But I got to a point where I was, so various things were happening in my life at that point in time, and I just wanted a change.
A change. Did you sort of start getting a bit tired of the corporate
I was burnt out.
Life? Because that seems to happen a fair bit.
Yeah.
Just the rigidity of it and how tight it is. And
the more senior you get, the more senior I got, the more I didn't like it.
Yeah, right.
Just because a lot of the politics at play and it was very bureaucratic, and you were very much, everything was so short-term focused because targets had to be hit, all that kind of stuff. It was just...
It's a lot of profit pressure, isn't there?
Profit pressure and all cost pressure, getting rid of staff and things. It just, it wasn't sitting well with me.
Yeah.
So I made the choice to do my own thing.
Yeah, I've got a few friends that have corporate roles or have had corporate roles, and they've said similar things. The more they moved up and the more money they made, the less they enjoyed it. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
because we chased that bigger stuff.
You think that's where you want to be.
And we think that that's what's going to make us happy.
Yep.
And then if we are able to get it, if we're good enough at what we do, and we do get it, and we get bigger money and we get a bigger, more senior role, but then we become less happy and often miserable. And that's interesting.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, I guess.
But that's, once again, it comes back to life experiences. You don't know until you go through it, right?
Yeah.
As well. And I sound like an old man preaching, but...
That's right. It's a podcast. We're here to preach, right?
No, but it's also, it's life experience. So I've been through it, whereas a lot of people haven't.
Because, you've gone from one extreme to the other. And, what got you... I know you had the background in banking with pubs, so you had some prior knowledge as to how the business and the finances behind venues, which is obviously would have helped you doing this. But going from that to this, it's a really interesting transition. What excited you about running a pub?
Well, it didn't. I wasn't excited about running a pub. I was never meant to be running a pub.
Most people Well, yeah.
So Jody,
people aren't.
No, well, like it's to run a country pub, but that was never our plan. So we just, had our daughter Charlotte, and like we were enjoying life, being parents for the first time, and things like that. And then we invested in the pub to help out a relative.
Yep.
And then, as a result of a few things that happened, we needed to take control of the pub, and we needed to exit certain people from the pub because they weren't doing the right thing. And I know in a small town people think they know, but they don't know, right? The only person's money that risk was mine and Jody's. And so we needed to get rid of the blood suckers, as you say. So that, and then as a default, we needed to take responsibility for running it, all right? Because it goes back to the point. So Jody and I could have walked away at that point in time. And go, okay, that's it. We lost a bit of money, but okay, move on. But it goes back to how the way we are brought up and how we respect people. We were employing people here, right? If we shut up shop, what happens, right?
They all
and
lose their
people say, but that means something to us, right? To look after, and then we had to go through a path of, because we were, still. Jody's got her own full-time job. I've got my business. So what do we do? So we tried to, have a manager. We tried a couple of managers to do it whilst we were still living in Melbourne, but it didn't work. For whatever reason, they just weren't capable of running it.
What you needed.
So we then made the decision, and it coincided with Charlie starting primary school. We had to make a choice. We're going to stay in Melbourne and travel back and forward, which was just a nightmare.
I remember when you were doing that and you were just constantly
it was crazy.
Back and forth.
Crazy. Or, we moved down here permanently and let her have stability at school, and that's the path we chose. So she's loving life. And then, so we've taken on responsibility of this. We've now got a great team. We've had to go through a period of getting rid of a certain thing and adding other things to the business. And that's life, because when you inherit something that wasn't yours creating, it's not always going to be the way you want it. Okay. So we had to make changes.
So initially it was a silent partner investment.
Very, very, very shortly silent, because then very quickly we started seeing what was going on in the place. So we needed to step in.
What makes someone want to invest in a pub?
We were just, once again, we're just helping out our family.
All
right. And they were involved with other people, which it just turns south very quickly. But that's the thing. You've either got to take action, or you don't, and then it just turns to it goes south, right? In a big way. So we made a decision. Okay, we need to take action. Straight away. Just it's like pulling the Band-Aid off. Right. And removing what was causing the problems.
And at that point, you hadn't run a pub before,
no.
so you had no idea how to.
I know. And this is so I'm not dumb, all right? And Jody's not dumb, right? So and like you get. It
figure things out.
After about 3 years of people saying, have you run a pub before? Fucking hell. So it's like, have you, right? Have you? Like the amount of advice I get from people who reckon they can run a pub, it's like, okay, come and spend a day in my life.
Well, I guess a lot of people think that they can.
Everyone thinks they can do better, right? And that's fine, right? That's just human nature, but it gets pretty wearing. But it's, once again, like pubs have intricacies, right? As does every business, right? Every business, right? People like to think that a certain thing is or more special than something else, right? And they know more than you. And that's fine, right? So we, as I said, we're not dumb, and we've got good people around us that we've been able to consult to and help for advice. So that's helped us a lot, and now we've been able to build the team to get where we want to be, and like the results are coming out. In terms of financial metrics, we're much better than what it's been, because I can look back over back to 2017 as to what this pub has done, and we're smashing it. Right?
That's great.
And consistently going better and better. And it's got a good vibe. So, So we do know how to run a pub. Right? So it's like, so that's where.
Because one thing I wanted to discuss a little bit on this episode with you, like as someone, I've been playing in pubs for 25 years. That's been my career, and my bulk of my living has been playing in pubs, mainly country pubs. And I've met all sorts of publicans over the years. And more often than not, I've met the publican that, had another career doing something else, like could be fucking Joe the plumber, and that's what he'd done his whole life. And for his whole life, his dream was to buy a pub. So he made a bit of money. He put a few $100,000 in, never run a pub before, but his dream was to run a pub because he thought it would be heaps of fun.
Yeah.
And he thought he could just drink beer all day. And there was this fascination of what he thought it would be.
Yeah.
And I go play a gig there, and he's all excited.
Yeah.
At the get-go. And then a year or so later, I'd go back there, and Joe is fucked. He's fucked. He's blown his money. He's got no money left. He's probably put on 10 or 20 kilos. He's drunk more beer in a fucking year than he has in his whole life, and he's just kind of over it. So I guess what do you think really makes a good publican, especially these days? Because it's changed from what it used to be, where pubs in Australia, especially country pubs, were just big beer barns, and it was all about the grog, and no one gave a fuck about the food. Like, what do you think these days really makes a good publican? Because there's so many pubs out there struggling, and especially these days, cost of everything, and it's sad to see so many venues closing all over the country right now. And I want them to stay alive, not just for my own sake for gigs, but just for local communities. I think they're a great community hub to bring people together. People can meet people, and just brings people together. And I would hate that we lose that as part of our regional culture. But it takes people to know how to run them. So what do you think really makes a good publican these days in 2026?
Yeah, and a really good question. And I think there's different aspects to it, because like you've got pubs that are just parts of big chains, right?
Yeah,
and they're
big conglomerates,
and they've got pokies behind them and all sorts of, and that's a different kettle of fish. And I don't want to be part of that. So
that's good. I've always loved that. But you don't want to be involved in the pokey. That's good.
And I think it comes back to the way, once again, it's about the way we see life and the way we want to live our life. Jodie and me and Charlotte it's about a community, and it's an extended family. So first of all, that extends to our team, and then our partners, like our entertainment music partners as well. So we treat everyone well, right? We don't abuse positions and ask for things for free and all that kind of stuff.
You probably give the musos a bit too much fucking whiskey at times when they're playing.
Yeah, but otherwise they don't shut up. So it's that, but the community aspect. So we're very much driven this pub. So we don't want this pub to be just a place where people come and suck piss. Right? So that's not what we want. So food is incredibly important. It's complemented like this, but the main aspect that overlays all that is that community hub and that family environment, right? And a lot of people say, we've got a family feel to it. That's fine, but we try to live that. And that then enables us to draw people that wouldn't necessarily come to a pub, right? Because they when they come here, they feel safe. Their kids are safe. And obviously we're doing everything within the licensing. They've got to be supervised, all that. But it's an environment where people feel safe, and they're not exposed to idiots, doing things in the bar and stuff like that. And then overlay that again, you've got, okay, how do you then enable that? Once again, it comes back to your team. How you get them to embrace things and exhibit that same behaviour. But then what you do from why do people want to come to the pub in addition to that? There's the entertainment. There's the other activities that we do. We try to give people options to go out during the week and come to the pub or this venue to do things like the trivia, the musical bingo, the raffles, all that kind of stuff, which brings people together, but it's bringing families together as well, right? So like at trivia and bingo, you got whole families there coming, spending time together, whereas otherwise what they do would be at home watching TV or something like that, right? Whereas there's not that much else to do downtown. Right? So we're trying to create a place where people can feel comfortable to go. So I think that's the sustainable element of it. But you're continuously having to do things, right? You've got to keep pushing the envelope in terms of what else can you add value to the community. Like how we're going to run the battle of the bands. Like trying to
I love that.
flush out talent in that. And that doesn't drive much revenue for us. It's just like, once again, giving people opportunity.
So
to
local bands out there, anyone is it bands and soloists as well?
2 or more.
2 or more, yep. So duos, trios.
Yep.
Anyone in East Gippsland that's got a band, come down and play, get intro. And there's cash prizes and gigs here on offer and
all sorts of things. Yeah. And that's just part of like what we do. Like, we just try to make it an environment where it appeals to, like, it doesn't have to appeal to everyone, and we don't want to appeal to everyone.
Yeah.
But it appeals to enough people that want to come and have a good time.
Yeah.
As well. And we don't tolerate certain behaviour. I'm pretty strict on that. And people might think, oh, well, you're a bit of a. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. This is a pub that we want people to feel safe in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So if you want to go behave like a knob, fucking go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because you're not coming here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, I like that. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Like having that, not just a family friendly environment. Yes, that's paramount. You definitely want to have that, but giving people more reasons to go to a pub. And I think, pubs these days have really got to embrace that whole kind of ethos and philosophy. There's got to be more reasons than just drinking.
Yeah.
Because alcohol culture has changed. Mm-hmm. People aren't drinking as much as what they probably used to. Yeah. And the cost of it is obviously making
keeps going up and up.
Making it harder. It costs more for you to buy it, so then you got to sell it for more, and that's a common problem that's happening across the board all over the world. And then you've got fucking excise taxes, here, there, and everywhere, making it harder. So I think people will still want to drink, but they'll probably drink less. But they need more reasons to come out to a pub than 100%. Just let's get drunk.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about drinking alcohol. So that's part of it, 100%. But it's not. That's not the reason.
Whereas in the old days, that's always
what it was.
The key driver, wasn't it?
And a lot of pubs still operate, and that's fine because that's what they want to do. But it's not what we want to do.
Yeah. No, I love that, and I think having that point of difference, that's what is really going to keep.
And we have that the view. Like, no one else has got that.
It's a beautiful area here. Yeah. When did you first start coming here?
Oh, so my family has been here since the late 1880s.
Yeah, okay. So there's a long sort of family history with the area.
Yeah. So, but me personally, I've been down here a handful of times, right?
Yeah.
It was never a place that I thought, okay, that's where I'm going to be. Just once again, opportunities come up or things happen in life that take you to different places.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I never would have seen myself living where I live now.
Yeah.
and doing better. That's life, right? You don't block yourself out to anything.
Yeah. I love living down here. It's probably the best thing that
it's great.
I ever did.
There's some challenges with various things, but it's brilliant. We're loving being down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
And we love this pub. It's addictive. You come here and it's like, it gets in your veins.
Yeah.
Being here and once again the people, the customers, everything.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm naturally an introvert.
Yeah.
But my role here is to be the face of the pub in a way.
Yeah. Do you think running this pub has forced yourself to be 100%. A bit more extrovert?
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I love being behind the bar and talking to people. I do, how I do the whiskey nights and the beer nights and getting up and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not me naturally, and I'm knackered afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Because it drains you immensely, but I love it. And the beauty of a pub is that you get so many different people from different walks of life, different stories that I would never have had exposure to if I stayed doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas this, Christ, I would never have come across you, Mike. No, and that's the serious thing. Why would I have come across Mike Elrington?
Yeah.
And your music, right?
Yeah.
But now I love it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's fantastic. And all the other musos that come here, right?
Yeah.
I genuinely appreciate your talent.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because, it's great to see it.
It always, anytime I go play a place, one thing that always makes a real big difference for me is is the publican into it? Or is it just, am I just, here because he wants me to fill some time? And you can always gauge whether they really appreciate what you do. I can't please everyone with my music. I get that. No one can. All we can do is just do what we do and live in hope that enough people will like it. But it always makes a world of difference for me when I go play a place, and whoever's booked me to play there and is paying me to play there is just into it. And I've always felt that with you, and it just makes the world of difference. Especially if it's a quiet gig and there's not many people there, or you're struggling to get people into it, right? And that happens, you know, to all of us. But if the person running the place is into it, it makes a world of difference. So, yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, that's fun. And, you know, we've got the smoker now that you can use.
That I hassled you for ages about buying, which you did. But that was great, man. That car show that we did.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we had, what, I don't know, 200 or 300 people here?
Oh, more. There was 140 cars. And then so all the people that came with that, plus the people that came, that was huge.
Yeah.
So I love, once again, I love doing that stuff because you get, once again, that's people's passion. Like they're so happy about showing their cars off, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And you get to see some pretty cool stuff.
And there were so many people that came that I've never seen here before. So it's things like that, those sorts of events and attraction kind of events that get people here that wouldn't normally come. I think that's really important for any venue to do, especially regional places where we don't have, you know, as many people to draw from as what Melbourne or Sydney does, a bigger city, that we have those events often enough to get people here.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a million people walking by, right? So we've got to work damn hard to get people to come here.
People here.
Yeah.
But as soon as they
as soon as you come here, it's a different. That's right, exactly. Yeah. Like it's the best place around. And that view's just second to none.
Yeah, you can't.
And the pub itself, it's got so much history, and as soon as you walk in those front doors and you come in here, like it feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all my craft beer taps.
How many craft beers have you got?
I've got a few. Well, I've got 22 taps, and I've got about
22 taps.
About 6 craft beers.
Yeah.
So, and that's a point of difference for us, right?
Yeah.
So other venues don't run craft beers around in Gippsland.
Yeah,
very few.
In regional, I guess in regional areas, there's not as much of a demand for it, not as much interest. People don't want to spend more money on.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think I think it's an awareness thing.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people don't know because they don't know.
Yeah.
Whereas if you and I rotate them, you give them a try. It's trying something new. It's just like having a different meal on the menu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You let your taste buds have a bit of a treat.
Yeah.
And try it.
Yeah. I think creating that's something that you do very well here. Creating that awareness for different sort of beers. I mean, they do that very well up in Melbourne. I mean, there's so many breweries up there that are doing it. So you've got a greater level of awareness, whereas down here, not as much. So it's great that you do that and you know, show people what is around.
Yeah. And there's some great local brewers. So, you know, try and showcase them as well.
Yeah. What more do you want to do with the music here?
Oh, never ends, Mike. Never ends. Make it bigger, better.
Yeah.
You know, we've got plans. We've talked about how I want to do, you know, expand the size of what we do, like out the back.
Yeah.
With music and
bigger
events.
Stages.
Yeah. So, and it's also like the main one thing is like we support our local musos.
Yeah, you do.
And also introducing musicians and bands, etc., that locals wouldn't have the opportunity to see.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't come here. So we're very active in trying to bring groups and performers from other parts of
that's
the state
great.
and states.
I guess East Gippsland, it's always been a harder spot to get the touring acts to come through. They kind of bypass it because there hasn't normally been that many venues here that would do touring acts and put on ticketed shows, all that sort of stuff. But anyone travelling between Melbourne and Sydney is always looking for a gig in between.
Yeah.
So having more and more venues in the local area, I think, is really what we need, what the whole area needs.
Exactly. And the TAV do it very well.
Yeah.
The water wheel.
Yeah.
They do it very well with other acts and stuff. And from that perspective, but we want to try and merge it that it's both local and non-local performers to expose. Once again, it's like, you know, an interesting thing came up. We put a Tasmanian lamb on the menu, right?
Yeah.
Because people don't always get the chance to have Tasmanian.
Yeah.
And then you get the Facebook warriors going, why don't you use local lamb? So, well, the reason is because we want to do something a bit different, right? We 100% use local products for most things, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't, like you can't be so insular. You've got to expand your horizons.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, and I was going, then I bite my tongue and
the Facebook warriors. Don't you love them?
Yeah. But and that's the thing. It's like once again, it's like with the music and the entertainment, you bring different experiences for the people that they would not ordinarily have a chance to see.
Yeah.
So that's what we're about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So for the we do know how to run things.
Yeah. How important do you think food is?
Oh, 100%. That's a key attraction point, right?
Yeah.
Because once again, not everyone wants to drink alcohol. Not everyone wants to have my craft beers.
Yeah.
Don't understand why. But
I have your craft beers, don't I, Shaun? I can't always afford them.
No, Mike, you don't. Someone's listening. You don't have any beers. So, I always serve you soda water.
Well, often you do.
Yeah.
But,
food is critical, and with any venue, and we're really happy that we've got Chef Woodsy and his team.
How are you, brother?
They make a huge difference. Like the quality of his food is fantastic, and that's one thing we've struggled with for a while and every regional area has the same problem trying to get.
It's hard to find good chefs, eh?
Yeah, 100%, and that's a challenge.
Not many of them around in regional areas.
Yeah, not just for Gippsland, but for everywhere in the country.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's a real problem all over Australia.
Yeah. So Woodsy's come from WA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we've got Joe Coops and our team that was already there. And then that's, he's building. So he's a, fully qualified chef who knows his stuff and makes great food. And we're gradually expanding what we do because you can't just change things like that because people go, what's going on? You've got to gradually introduce things, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
But that's a key. Like that's what, fills the pub during the week and on the weekends. Like people want to have dinner.
Yeah.
They have a few drinks, whatever, great. But they want to have food.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the biggest single shift I've noticed in pubs over the last 20 years, transitioning from just beer barns that would serve a palmy and chips or a fucking burger, and it was pretty shit food back then because pubs could get away with that because that wasn't the key reason that people would go to a pub, especially in regional areas, whereas now it's really shifted. It's more so about the food than it is the drinks.
100%.
And getting that right.
Exactly. And I think like what's happening in town at the moment, like you see the existing good restaurants plus new ones opening up, like, Soda Fish is always great, right? Different clientele in terms of what people want for us, but it's great what they do because it showcases really good quality food and cooking. You've got Nick's Thai as well, which is fantastic. Yeah. And now with Saigon Seasons opening up.
Saigon Seasons, yes.
So, but all these...
Go check that out. All these entrance folks.
Exactly.
Chinese.
But it's great, but it's all these with good quality chefs, etc. Putting great food in there. It gives people in the area choice.
Yeah.
But it also pushes the other venues to do better.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't...
It lifts the standard up
100%,
of the whole
100%.
Whole community.
And you need that. So the more restaurants like we have like that, people probably get, worried it's competition. Yeah, it's competition, right? But with competition, you excel. You've got to keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
There's no point just being the sole place in town because then I don't care. I'm just going to serve you grub. Whereas, we know how good the chefs are at Saigon, right? We know at Nick's Thai. We know at Soda Fish. All those types of things.
Vu.
Yeah,
that's the other one.
But different. I mean, that takeaway joint, so different to what we're doing.
Different. Not a restaurant, but
we know that, and we know that's why Woodsy does what he does, and but it's great for the area, right?
Yeah.
It gives people a lot of choice to try different foods.
Yeah. Anything more you want to do with the venue that you haven't done yet?
Oh, we've got plenty of plans, Mike. A lot of it will take time. You can't bite off more. You can choose straight away, but bits by bit. I mean, we've done a lot of work here, like under the, not in sight, like changed a lot of the beer system, the kitchen, all those type of things that don't get noticed, but are critical for the way the pub works. We do have some more plans coming as well, but it takes time and
bigger
money.
PA for the musos would be good.
Takes time and money as well, but we're pretty confident with our plans for this place.
Yeah,
we're here for the long haul, not the short time.
That's great.
As well, we're very heavily invested in the place.
That's good to hear that
as well. So so plenty to come to make the place bigger and better.
Yeah.
So
that's good to hear, because pubs is such a, and I've noticed this over the years myself, it's a fickle game. You know, people come and they go, and I get it. I get that it's hard, and
it's bloody hard.
It's hard to find publicans that A, want to play the long game and can do it. They're two completely different things. I think at the beginning, everyone wants to do it.
The enthusiasm is great, but
then they get into the nitty gritty of it, and it's fucking hard, you know. And I totally get that. But ones that want to play the long game and actually can do it, and I think that's a real key difference from the venues that will survive and thrive and continue to stick around and not close, because they're able to bring people in the community together and be viable at the same time.
Yeah, and run it as a business. And it's like the pub has its challenges, but like I said at the start, like it's no different to other businesses have different challenges, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, every business is tough to run at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, being a muso, that's a business, right? That's bloody hard.
Yeah.
So I don't want sympathy points for running a pub and how hard it is. It is hard, but it's no harder than anything else, right?
Yeah.
You just got to run it well, have good people, and offer what the customers want.
Should we touch on what state governments could do to make things better for venues?
Oh,
that's a touchy subject.
You could, right? But like I more focus on what I can control, because I can't control that, because I'll just say they're going to do something and they're not going to, right?
Yeah.
Victoria's in a world of pain. So not much is going to change there in the meantime. But, you know, excise tax and the impact that has on everyday consumers buying a beer, that's a federal thing that they need to look at. But once again, it's not something little Shaun and the Kalimna Hotel can change. But that's why we have industry organisations like the Hotels Association. They do the lobbying and things like that. So,
are you happy? Do you think? Are you happy with what they do? The lobbying. Like, do you think they make much of a difference?
100% they're there. They're constantly doing it. But it's, once again, like, you know, same with, you know, back in banking, finance and changes that happen there driven by the government. It's like you can get all worked up about it, right? Or I can focus on how do I manage what's being implemented
to it.
And make the most of that. Like, you know, it's I've just got to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be too focused on that and not running the pub.
Yeah.
But I've got plenty of other people that can tell me how to run it better than me, so I'll just get them to come in.
Anything else you want to do in your life apart from running this place and
be a good dad?
Yeah.
Be a good dad. It's the best. Be a good dad and husband. So the best jobs.
Yeah.
So I'm a late starter with having a child.
Yeah.
But it's just she's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll just love seeing her flourish.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And you know, things will be what they'll be.
Yeah.
Just try to live life the best I can. And there's a little
I love it.
negative impact on people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. So
cool, man.
Excellent.
That was a good chat.
Thanks, Mike. It was good. It was good to have a more in detail chat with you.
Well, yeah, I guess, and yeah, over a coffee instead of like 12 Guinnesses, which we may get to later.
A bit late last night. So.
But yeah, that's one key thing I want to do with this podcast is talk to local people around here, especially people that run local businesses that are play a key role in bringing people in the community together.
Yep.
So it's certainly something I want to do more of.
Yeah.
You're the first one that I've spoken to. And I want to talk to more people who run local businesses, especially hospitality businesses, pubs, restaurants, all that sort of stuff, because I think they're a key part of any community.
Thanks, Mike. I think you should be commended for what you're doing because, it's getting that regional voice out there.
Yeah, and I want to promote East Gippsland and this area to the world. Not just like locals, not just to local people, but I think a podcast that anyone in the world can see on Spotify or YouTube with the channels that it's on. It's a great way to create awareness for this. I love this area, and it's a bit of a drive from Melbourne, a bit of a drive from Sydney, but I think anyone that comes here, when they see it,
it's worth the drive.
And they see, what this town in Lakes Entrance actually has to offer, they love it.
Yeah, 100%. Well said.
Yeah, go Lakes Entrance. Keep coming to the Kalimna Hotel, everyone. The view's pretty good, and the beer is better, and so is the whiskey. And the news aren't too bad either.
Excellent. Thanks, Bob.
Cool. Thanks, brother.